The Netherlands, land of windmills, canals, and endless fields of tulips. And bicycles. So many sensible, quiet bicycles. You wouldn't think it was the place for automotive madness, but then you'd be wrong, because one sunny day the peace was shattered. Shattered by the roar of pure, unadulterated horsepower. This wasn't just any old car meet. This was special, held at a rather posh secret location. Think rolling green lawns, ancient trees, and a stately home. The sort of place usually reserved for garden parties, not for beasts that spit fire and cost more than a small country. But there they were, gleaming, menacing, wonderful. The Dutch countryside had never seen anything like it. The air was thick with anticipation. You could almost taste it, like the moment before a massive firework display, or when you're about to drive something truly fast. The sun was out, which always helps. Then the first rumbles, distant at first, then growing louder. One by one they arrived, low slung, wide, impossible shapes. Let's talk numbers, shall we? Big numbers. The total value of the cars gathered. Hold on to your hats, are you ready? A staggering $50 million US, that's right, $50 million, parked right there on the grass. Enough money to buy your own private island. Or several. This wasn't just a collection of expensive toys. These were hypercars, the elite, the top of the automotive food chain, each one a masterpiece of engineering and design. Many of them built in tiny numbers, some unique. Seeing one is rare. Seeing this many together, it's like spotting a whole herd of unicorns. Think about the logistics, the sheer effort, getting these automotive divas to one place. Many traveled across continents, in special transporters naturally. Security was tighter than a duck's, well, you know. The organizers, true heroes, driven by pure passion. What exactly is a hypercar, you ask? Good question. It's what happens when a supercar eats too many steroids and then goes to university to study rocket science. They have power figures that are just silly, technology straight from Formula One or even space, and price tags that make your eyes water. They are the absolute pinnacle, the best of the best. Pushing the boundaries of what's possible on four wheels. Take the Koenigseggs that were there. Swedish lunacy at its finest. Cars like the Jesko or the Regera. They look like they've escaped from a secret military base, or perhaps another planet, a very fast planet. Christian von Koenigsegg, the man behind them, is a genius. He dreams up things that shouldn't work, but they do. They go like startled cats, if startled cats could do 300 miles per hour. Then there were the Bugattis, the Chiron perhaps, or even a Divo, French elegance mixed with terrifying power. 16 cylinders, 4 turbochargers, thousands of horsepower. It's like strapping a Concorde engine to a very luxurious armchair. They are symbols of ultimate automotive achievement. Section 4. The petrolhead posse owners and admirers. Who owns these magnificent beasts? Well, they're not your average Joe. These are people who've done rather well for themselves. But they're not just rich people showing off. Not all of them, anyway. Most are genuine dyed-in-the-wool petrolheads. They understand the engineering, the history, the passion. They love these cars with an intensity that's infectious. They don't just store them in garages, they drive them. Well, some of them do, and that's what we like to see. You'd often see a famous face or two at such an event. Perhaps a retired racing driver, still with that glint in his eye. Someone who has tamed monsters like these on the track, or maybe a renowned car designer admiring the lines of a rival. Their presence adds a certain stardust to the proceedings. They understand the language of horsepower and downforce. They nod sagely, appreciating the finer points. It's like watching master chefs admire each other's cooking. But it wasn't just the super rich or the super famous. Section 5, noise, spectacle, and utter automotive joy. The sound, oh, the glorious eardrum-splitting sound. It started as a low rumble, a promise of power. Then, as engines were revved, it became a symphony conducted by madmen with petrol in their veins. V8S, V10S, V12S, even W16S. Each with its own unique voice, from guttural roars to high-pitched screams. It was thunder rolling across the Dutch fields. The kind of noise that makes the hairs on your neck stand up. And the sights. It was a feast for the eyes. Colours so vibrant they'd make a rainbow look dull. Reds, yellows, blues, greens, and so much exposed carbon fibre. Shapes that defied logic and aerodynamics. Curves and wings and vents. Each car a masterpiece of design polished to perfection, gleaming under the Dutch sun like precious jewels. You didn't know where to look first. It was overwhelming in the best possible way, of course, a visual overload of awesome. The excitement was palpable. You could feel it in the air. People were buzzing, literally vibrating with enthusiasm. Smiles everywhere, gasps of disbelief, pointing fingers. Phones were out, capturing every angle, every detail. The owners beaming with pride, happy to share their passion. Children staring, their future obsession probably being formed right there.